Today is February 16th, 2024, and it's an oil change Friday. So I'm headed right now to State Road 64 to get the oil changed again. I've been doing this for the past 4 or 5 years, I don't even know. But this is what you have to do to keep your car going, so this is what I do. Cool. See you in 2 weeks. Thanks a lot. So the oil change Friday thing is I can scratch that off the to-do list, and I'll just write this off and we'll be good to go. Hello, this is Rideshare Sean. I'm going over 5 tips with you guys. Number 5 is never forget that these passengers are just people that you give rides to. They're not your friend. Any invitations that they give you, always very politely decline them, because that could be turned into rejection. If you really want to hang out with them, get their contact information and go back and hang out with them later. Do not hang out with them while you're driving. Tip number 4 is, while you're driving anywhere, always be looking for places that you can live park in and hang out and wait for rides. Doing this, I have seen a lot of places that I can live park in and wait for rides that I previously did not know about. So I learn about places, and like, even if you don't want to hang out there and wait for rides, sometimes you just need to pull off the road for like a split second, make a phone call or check a text or whatever. Always be looking for places that you can do that in every time you drop a passenger off, because passengers tend to bring you into places that you just never have been to before and don't know about. Tip number 3, this is a big deal. Always have a AAA card. It comes in very handy. Hopefully you'll never need it. There's been a couple years where I didn't use it at all, but when I absolutely needed it, it was there. Like, if you get a flat tire, instead of having to mess with that scissor jack and all the stuff that change the tire, the tools that you have there, if you call AAA, they will arrive and have a floor jack on their truck and have impact tools on their truck. So literally, what would take you about an hour to do, if you have a AAA card, it takes them like 5 minutes. It's very handy. And because I take such long trips, I may need it when I'm far away, so I get the plus version. But if you just do pickups around where you live, you can probably just get away with the classic version. The only difference is the towing mileage, and that is huge. Tip number 2 is always take a picture of every item before you return it, because these passengers do anything to get out of that charge, and oftentimes they lie and say they never left anything. I remember once somebody left like a gas can in my car, and I was like 15 or 20 minutes away before I noticed it. And the reason why I noticed it is because I smelled it in the car. So I turned around and returned it, and they say that the rider tried to say that they never left anything in my car. And I had a picture of it, so I had a picture of the item and their house with the number on it that I delivered it to them. So I gave them that picture, and I got paid for that item that was left behind for bringing it back to the person. And that is just one instance where taking a picture worked out for me. So I take a picture of every single item, and I've done that for a very long time. Tip number 1, always decide what trips you're going to take before you start driving. So like, for example, like I don't like to take calls less than $20. I mean, I do, but I don't like to. So that is the decision I make before I start driving. And sometimes there are $20 calls that are just not there, and I don't want to be out driving forever. So instead of taking one call over $20, I'll take 2 mini calls that are over $10.